Hey everyone, thank you very much. When I moved to town in September of 2021, I, as anyone, you go to social media to figure out what's going on. And I saw this show of people talking, having these clips of people having these really wonderful things to say with like pizza behind them. I'm like, well, what's going on here? What's this about? And as I looked into it more, I saw, oh, they're talking to this one young man. So I went onto YouTube and I found more. I said to myself, damn, I gotta meet him. I have to meet this young man. And fortunately, just about a month ago, we had our first face-to-face meeting. And I knew then how special Jerome Moore not was, but is, to see what he does for this community. Jerome Moore is a creator. Jerome Moore is a producer. Jerome Moore is a conversationalist. Jerome Moore is more than an activist. He seeks to find solutions in life and all the problems, not just here in Nashville, but I think across the country. And I know his impact will be global. So without further ado, it's an honor to introduce to you all the producer, creator, and founder of Deep Dish Conversations and brand new author, Mr. Jerome Moore.
My dog, I'm gonna show you love for everybody so they know who it is.
Indeed, brother.
I appreciate it, my dog. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Damn, I got a book. That's crazy.
You got a book?
I got a whole book by Vanderbilt University Press.
You are now a part of the Dewey Decibel System.
All right, dang, I can say I went to Vanderbilt. I'm a elitist now, right?
You can rock it.
But I just want, before we get started, because I just want to thank everybody. I didn't get to shake and give everybody hugs yet, but that's coming. That's coming for sure. But just thank everybody for showing up and just being here. And I love each and every one of y'all, whether I know you personally or just through the conversations we've had or just meeting you on the street or just newly meeting you. So thank you for being here. Give yourself a round of applause. It's some beautiful people, beautiful faces. And I would encourage all of y'all, if y'all don't know somebody in here, and if y'all seen them and want to connect, this is the time to do it. This is why we're here. You know, Nashville Voices of Social Change. There's a lot of voices and a lot of social change in this room right now. And so take advantage of that. But let's get this thing cracking, man.
All right, so you said it,
Yeah.
social change.
Yeah, let's go.
That is the focus of a lot of the conversations and the work that you do. So tell me, to you, what is the essence of social change?
That's a loaded question.
I know.
That sounds kind of familiar. Like I'm usually on the other side of those. The essence of it, though, I think for me, I think social change can mean a lot of different things for different people. But for me, it's really starts at the individual kind of level of what can you really do, or what can you do, or what do you want to do to make an impact on your community at the smallest or the largest scale, right? And for me, my mantra has always been change yourself, change your community, change your world. And so it just starts at those three steps for me. You work on yourself, which I'm constantly doing. And before you can start trying to help and build with other people and communities to create that social change, and then you impact your community next. And then that'll affect the world. That'll affect the whole world once you do those three steps. And so that's my formula, man.
It's working.
Yeah.
At the heart of these conversations you're having, it's about solutions-based conversations, which I find very, very interesting, because a lot of times when we have discussions about social change, sometimes it's just a rehashing of the problems or a rehashing of the traumas that people have. Why are solutions your sole interest when you talk to folks?
Yeah, so I've been doing this for a long time. A lot of people, y'all may be new to me now from this media realm, but I've been in this community economic development space since 2010. What Terrence at? When did we start St. Kofa? 2010. That's at MTSU. 2010. And so I've been doing this since 2010, and I'm 32 still right now. I'm 32 now, so that's a long time.
You're a baby.
Yeah, I'm still a baby. So I've been really like trying to figure this out for a long time. And what I've noticed during that time, whether it's domestically here in the United States or abroad, like we all know the issues. We all know these social constructs that we are all affected by on a certain level, right? And even from the content that we see a lot, it's based on like rehashing those issues and those problems and those challenges and continuously talking about them and showing them. And so I'm just really tired of that, right? Honestly,
I feel you.
I mean, like I don't really care. Like we know at this point, like it's enough data, enough stats to say these are the social constructs that are affecting people's lives in this various ways. Like, so now, like, what are solutions? Who are people that are thinking solution based and creating solutional projects, organizations, whatever it may be? And let's highlight and amplify that, right? Where Will A Cuff at? I'm giving everybody shout outs tonight. Talking about black businesses, talking about small black businesses and black to be specific, right? Because a lot of people was afraid of that word black for a lot of reasons. I don't know why. You know, a lot of people afraid. You know, they like to say minorities, people of color. And sometimes you gotta get very specific.
BIPOC.
And, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. And so we just cut through all of that and get straight to the solution. That's what Will does according to Corner. Solution-based building black businesses. And we're trying to get to what, 10,000, Will?
Yep, 10,000 in 10 years.
10,000 in 10 years right here in Nashville. How many people knew that? All right, so everybody should be raising their hand now because now you know, right? And now you can be behind and support that. That's Voices of Social Change, but it's solution-based. We all know we need to support black businesses. We all need funding behind it, but Will and Corner to Corner is doing it solution-based. They right down the street.
What you're saying reminds me of a Yoruba proverb that my father always said growing up, is that to know is to be responsible.
Right.
Once you know something,
Yeah.
you're responsible for knowing it. But if you don't know, then I can't hold it against you. But you know, you talked about the drive for social change and solutions-based conversations, so therefore you've created Deep Dish Conversations. And I don't know if y'all know this. Okay, so Jerome is a one-person operation.
That's a
Booking,
fact.
research, interviews,
Yeah.
taping,
Yeah.
editing,
Yeah.
marketing, and a lot more. So I want to ask you this.
Yeah, that's a lot. Damn.
How you get rest? How do you get rest?
Man, my ancestors are carrying me. Like, as a fact, like some people look at, especially we talking about like the black experience and you can get distraught, but I get motivated. It carries like, man, if they was able to get through that phase in history in this country, you know, I can do more. Like I ain't got to go out and pick cotton for 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, that's work. That's labor. That's labor. You know, if I can put together some videos and interviews and talking, I'll take that any day. You know, but like that's what keeps me going and motivated and I think it's just in me. You know, it just in me, and like it's not like I grew up like wanting to do this. This is not something I thought I was going to the NBA. Everybody who know me, especially my cousin Michael. I was dogging
You got
him
game like that?
at
Seriously?
Hartman Park a couple years ago. Nah.
You a point
Do I
guard?
got
Point guard,
game like
shooting guard?
that? Do I got, man, somebody better give me a hell
We just
yeah.
gonna have to go to the Y.
Who I didn't dominate it in here?
we
I need some backup because
We just gonna have to go
for
to
him
the
to
Y.
even ask me that question is kind of disrespectful.
I'm saying.
That's kind of disrespectful.
I'm old school. I know y'all young kids. Y'all y'all flashy moves, but y'all can't play defense.
Man, look. For him to, what my daddy at? Daddy, hey.
Hey, you
Better
got
let him
game?
know. I got to go to parentals when your parentals know.
All right, so a little bit in life, you know, you spent a lot of time overseas
Yeah, it's a fact.
doing work in the
Yeah.
Peace Corps.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that experience living outside of
Yeah.
the United States of America for a
Yeah.
while?
Yeah,
How did that really shape
yeah.
your view of life?
Yeah, let me talk real heavy right now. So we talking about Peace Corps in Paraguay, Costa Rica, and Puerto Jimenez, China in 2 years, and then the Philippines. Just so we can be clear. You know, once I did Peace Corps and stuck my foot in those international waters, that's what, if it probably wasn't for that experience, I don't know if I'd be doing what I'm doing now. Because it just gave me a whole different lens and perspective that I can do this outside the United States. And even maybe in places where my blackness is probably even more appreciated or valued, or I have at least a better mental health and not have to worry about my black body in the same type of way that I do here in America. And so being able to experience that and like, wow, like that was just amazing to me. And from that moment on, you know, people know like I was here and then I was gone. I was out of here. And so From that experience, it just let me know that one, we all going through some of the same issues, maybe on various levels, right? But we all facing it. And then there's community changes everywhere trying to impact and do something valuable and solution based in that community. But it just let me know this like it's a big world out here and it's a lot of things, and it allowed me to expand my perspective on not only myself but other people and what other people knew about me or didn't know about me.
Talk to me about, you said how it aided your mental health being out there. I've got siblings and family members who no longer live in the United States. And I know people who visited other places for a couple weeks, but it's something when you live somewhere else. They say it's almost a relief because you realize some of the, let's say, the mental shackles of Black identity in the United States. Not only the ones that society throws upon you, but in many cases, the ones that we thrust upon ourselves. You were able to free yourself and then think freely and be just Jerome Moore on the planet, not Jerome Moore, African-American man.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, no, it's liberating in a lot of ways. Because when you go to these other places and it's kind of like cheating a little bit, and it's kind of like cheating a little bit because it's feel like you're running away from something, especially if you know you can have an impact. So like I could easily stayed abroad and like live my best life, you know, the best of the bestest life. I had like toucans in my backyard, coconuts falling down and stuff like that. I gave all that up. I gave all that up, and to be able to just know and walk down the street and know like I don't necessarily have to worry about being harassed or getting in the car and pulled over and possibly dying. Like that Black experience that we have in the United States, just knowing that like that don't have to be on my mind every day. It's not a worry. I'm not have to be in that strategic mode of living, right? Every day was where that mental health part comes in, where you're like, man, and you start to kind of feel like, dang, like is this right? Because you know, like back at home, people are going through it, and I can be a difference. I can be doing something about that. And so should I stay and just think about myself, or should I think about community and the type of impact I can have where I'm from, and then make that impact have other places and globally, and hopefully encourage and inspire people to have that same type of impact.
Now, you were born, raised?
That's a fact.
Here in Nashville. There's a lot of history being discovered about Nashville, and a lot of history that's being uncovered for people who are Nashvillians who don't know about this town. How do you see Nashville, its place in the relation to the history of our country?
Yeah, I think and y'all let me know if I'm wrong or not, but like we could really be considered, if not the Mecca, but one of the Meccas of social change in this country, right? And so it's like, so the work that I'm doing and others are doing is like, it's always been here. Like you gotta think about even like the reparations movement started right here. I don't know how many people knew that, but like the reparations movement started right here in Nashville, right? And so the sit-ins in the 60s, the freedom riders, Jubilee singers, like all that is like, we got more HBCUs than any country in any city in the country. And so like it's always been rooted here, right? And for me, it's like, again, that's what keeps me going. Like it's like, yeah, it's just a part of my DNA. It's in the dirt in this city to be able to create social change, because people have done it since people have been here, pretty much. And you know, and it's rooted in Blackness, right? It's the heart and soul. North is rooted in Blackness. Will keep this city going. It's rooted in Blackness. If people want to identify that or talk about that, not is a different story. But like those are the things we need to call out and recognize, and it's okay. That's okay, because once we be able to recognize it and understand it, and we all using the same terminologies with the same definition, I think we can move forward and move faster in an equitable way.
You said Blackness is the heart and soul of Nashville. A lot of people think that. I definitely think. I've lived in a lot of places in the country. Moving here to Nashville, I've recognized that Nashville is the heart of the country. How would you like to see that heart work? And more specifically, what do you want to see that heart pump through the veins of the United States?
I'm like, anybody that know me know, I think for this country to move forward, for this city, to any state, we gotta figure out the original sin of just slavery, of Blackness, and the anti-Blackness that's going on. Like I gotta deal with that every day as a Black man, as a Black person. I can't escape that. And I care about other issues, of course, and that's why I talk to other people that have those lenses and have those perspectives. But as a black man in this country and understanding the history and understanding just the anti-blackness that happens and goes on, we got to figure that out first. And I think if we figure that out, like, I think the country, the city, the state will be a much better place.
Who figures that out first?
It's a collective. I don't even think it's not about doing it first. It's about doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I put behind everything. I don't care to be the first one to do something. I want to do it right. I want to do it in a way that I'm bringing community with me too. As long as we have all the understanding of the path, and we don't have to agree on everything, but like I think it's pretty evident it's something we all can agree on and put a stamp on. Is like we have a serious anti-blackness problem in this country and in this city. And so let's start there. And that's what I'm bringing with me in any room that I'm going into. And people know that, and I ain't gotta hide that. But some people, we know people conform. We know people like blackness in itself is uncomfortable for some people, even for some black people to be black. Mm-hmm. But like, hopefully, me letting my light shine will liberate other people to let theirs shine in whatever which way that is. And that's why I do what I do, and that's why I do it in the fashion that I do it in.
And in that fashion, you have conversations with folks from various backgrounds, all different places. And sometimes you don't necessarily have the same particular viewpoints on things. You have these very difficult conversations on a lot of the collective issues that we're all facing. Right. So how do you approach talking with someone about the issues, finding solutions, yet you're coming from different sides of the issue?
I'm curious. I'm not judgmental. And I learned a lot of that, like especially living outside of the United States, just being curious and being a listener. Sometimes we don't need to say nothing. Sometimes we just literally just need to just listen and just be a listener, be an active listener, and just take it in. And don't worry about if we agree or not. I just want to hear your perspective and get a better understanding. And that's how I go into every conversation. And I think that's like the combination of being curious, but in the combination of actually doing the work. Now there's a lot of people that can do what I can talk, can be on camera, but like how many of them people have done the work? Mm-hmm. So that's a different approach too that I'm coming with when I'm having these conversations. I've literally done the work in Nashville and in other countries. And so when we talk about that, like it's just when it comes to me, I think it's just a whole different approach. And I take that into every conversation, and I think that's why I can have these difficult, tense conversations and not be adversarial. And I'm not here to debate you. I'm not trying to go back and forth with people. That's not what you do when you're thinking solution based. All right, and it's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of performative shit. Sorry for my language.
I'm with
my
you.
son is in here because he'll repeat me.
So what's your advice for this political divide that we have going on, not only in Nashville but across the country? People seem to say, "Hey, if you voted for a particular person, I want nothing to do with you." Yeah, that's a pretty extreme stance for one vote.
Yeah, it's really narrow-minded, right? I would say. That's me though. I think even putting yourself in a box of saying that you're liberal, progressive, or conservative, I think that's just really limiting, because that can change depending on where you are in your life and in your journey. I just got the wisdom to know that at young 32, but but like we know those things can change based on your lived experience at the particular moment or what it may be in 10 years, right? And so I think what the people have to understand, like all that political stuff is political stuff. Right, that's exactly what it is. If we really want to get the work done, if we really, we know it happened at the local level. We know it's people. It's people like Jaffe Judah, Recycle and Reinvest, Brady Banks. I'm giving all the shout outs now. Big Fella, that's a little shout out for Big Fella because, you know what I'm saying? We got an inside joke, we're doing it for the ancestors, Big Fella.
For the ancestors.
But yeah, who else? But it's a lot of great people in here. Deborah, Mama T, it's a lot of great people in here that's doing great work and it starts there. And if we can come together as collective and understand like it's gonna take us, we don't have to agree on every issue, but if it's something that we know that like, man, this is some BS, we need to go ahead and come together collective. But the problem is, you know what the problem is?
Yeah.
I'm gonna step on some people's feet right now. The problem is you have individuals in the organizing space, activism space, all these other spaces that think they're with community and they really with cliques.
Expound on that. Expound on that.
Yeah, that's like this is what community look like. I don't agree with everybody's politics in here. Like I don't like, and we can, but we in community together. We can move forward on certain things, and I'm not trying to be adversarial with them on every little thing. And I'm not gonna say because you talk to the police or talk to this person, we can't be cool. We not seeing things out of eye. That's not how I approach things. Some people can be that, and that's what they want to do. But I just don't think strategically that moves things forward. And we got history that shows that one of our most prolific organizers. Malcolm X, he realized that during his journey.
Yeah.
Like, oh damn, I'm gonna have to have some allies that are not black in order to move this forward. I might have to talk to the police. I might have to talk to a white. Like this is like we have so much history that shows us like certain things work, certain things don't work. Even our best of them had to realize that during their journey. And some people still just want to create the same bullshit.
So you're saying it is necessary.
It's necessary
to evolve.
Look, we can call out, we know, look, we know what's going on. We understand what's going on. We understand that certain groups are targeted differently, have different experiences. We can, let's call it out. But that don't mean just because we recognize that we can't build and work together, that means my issue is more important than your issue. That just means we have a clear understanding that, hey, black folks got a different experience than white folks, or Latinx folks, and vice versa. We let's get that. We know that. Now how can we build to make sure everybody can get an equitable and live their best life? But the issue is people, again, want to be in cliques and want to be with people that agree with them on everything, and that shit just ain't healthy. It ain't efficient.
No.
It ain't sustainability. It ain't sustainable.
It's not realistic.
It ain't realistic. But like, so sometimes I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I be knowing this, and I be knowing this. And I just like sometimes maybe I can say more. I can talk a little more heavy, like my cousin Zon. They talk like, man, sometimes you can talk a little more heavy on things, but I be so like in my lane and so just doing the work and really not concerned. I think people think I'm more enlightened about kind of what's going on, a lot of things than I really am. I really don't be hanging out with. I really don't be kicking it like that outside. Like I really don't. I really just be. Like in my lane and working and really not caring about what other people are doing or not doing. Because that's another issue. People are too concerned about what somebody's doing that they wouldn't do, but they trying.
That kind of goes back to your mantra, change yourself.
Yeah, but man, hey, but people are, so if people are trying, I don't criticize. If Khalil was doing something wrong and I feel like, man, this brother could be building in a different way, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit you up like, Khalil, set up. Hey, I love what you're doing, you're trying, but like, would you think this strategy will work or not, or do it in a different way? I'm not gonna write a manifesto on you saying Khalil's politics and the way he's moving is not helping the community. But I'm not, like, you're trying, you're doing something. Yeah. And just imagine if I wasn't doing nothing and saying that about you. And we got a lot of that, right, in the community, just not here in Nashville, but just globally, right? And that's why I just think solution-based, if you're trying to be gossipy and catty and going back and forth and talking about what people not doing, what you would do differently. If you was in the game, you would dunk the basketball, all of that. I ain't really trying to, I ain't doing too much of that. Anybody that know me, I ain't just making this, I don't do that. I ain't doing too much of that, and that's why on Deep Dish Conversations, you hear any gossip on there? Are we talking about anybody in particular that ain't doing something?
You're talking about the issues and the solutions.
You know how many times people that hit me up and say, hey, I would love to come in here and talk about this person, what they not doing. Hold on, let me stop you there.
Yeah.
This ain't this platform. You might can do that somewhere else, but that's not what I'm about to do. And so you gotta know yourself and know your own morality and know what you about and what you trying to do. If you're just trying to get clicks and headlines, maybe that's for you. And maybe that's what I'm trying to build.
Well, that kind of goes into this next question about corporatized celebrity activism.
Yeah.
That seems to be the way. Malcolm X warned us decades ago, be mindful of celebrities being the leader of activist causes. They have a lot of interests. They have a lot to lose. Therefore, they have a lot to try to maintain and keep, and they'll say what they have to say. Yeah. We live in a world now, particularly with social media, we got a lot of people, particularly the pandemic, a whole lot of activists popped up.
Social media.
Social media activists popped up in collaboration with corporate interests who are now being activists. You know, you turn on the television, whole bunch of corporations are all about this movement and whatnot and telling everybody that their lives matter and that they're important and that they're royalty as long as they keep buying from them.
Yeah.
What do you think about all that?
Yeah, we all know that's some bullshit too. We all we like, and that's the thing. Like, it's gonna always do some goofy shit. Like, it's just goofy, and you just gotta be able to just know the goofiness from the ungoofiness. All right, and that's just beyond, like, this is some real, just goofy stuff out here. What people doing with community, and again, like, if you're trying to get clicks, if you're trying to be lit, if you're trying to be a celebrity, and you know, that's what you're trying to do, I guess that's cool, but the real is always going to separate themselves from the fake.
So it seems interesting to me because some of the folks out there in the global internet, social activist, social media scheme, you know, they come under the guise of, hey, I'm trying to inform everybody, but it just, to me, it seems mean-spirited. And maybe it's just because of my nature of being a former educator. You can't teach anybody anything if you have malicious intent behind it, because that energy is picked up, and they're not really going to listen to you.
But I'm saying, but are you touching the community? Are you going where the people at? And then are you making it about yourself? Or are you making it about community? It's gonna say Deep Just Conversations, Voices of Jerome Moore.
Yeah.
It ain't even about me. I got a few little bits in there, and it's about it. It's like, cause like, I know I can do the work. I've done it. If people want to go look at my CV resume, it's undeniable. It's undisputable. It's top notch, top tier. Right? I'm at the point I want to amplify other people. And I want to highlight what other people got going on, because I know after doing the work, it ain't a lot of people that's amplifying this work. That's why we got a whole bunch of goofy stuff on the internet. Because it's not, I'm filling a void. Right? To get rid of the goofy stuff and put the solutions-based, real deal stuff that's people that's doing the work. That's why I ain't interested in following or like talking to no celebrity that think that ain't my lane. That ain't for me. That ain't for me. I'd rather talk to the people that's grassroots doing the work, people that I've even seen them do the work or worked with before, and do that all across the country, do that across the world, because I've done it and I've seen it and I've witnessed it. But I don't, that's the media, that they ain't carrying that. They want to do the goofy celebrity, people who got 1,000, 100,000, you know, we all know.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever come up to you and said, Jerome, I love what you're doing. I want to be active. I want to make that change in my community, but I don't know how. I don't know where to start. What's your advice to someone?
Google. Like,
Now,
the first advice
what
now
are they
is
gonna
get my
Google?
book. That's the first advice now. They give you all the answers you need to get.
Google the book.
Not Google the book. But no, I think start like figuring out, it's a lot of things you can get involved in. And this is the issue with like the goofy internet stuff, right? I'm gonna use you again, Jaffe, because you my dog. Me and Jaffe go back. He didn't make the book, unfortunately, this time. But go look at our interview, and he just doing amazing things.
I saw it. That was one of the ones I saw. I was like, oh, word.
Jaffe hard. I'm gonna take Jaffe for an example. Jaffe is down the street, right? I'm gonna just use Jaffe is down the street, right? The problem is a lot of times we're looking for some celebrity, sensational person to validate what we should and shouldn't do, when you have somebody like Jaffe that's right down the street that's doing the work, who you really need to be partnering with and pouring into money, time, whatever you got, right? And the problem is, because Jaffe don't have 200,000 followers and a blue check and getting all this, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, I guess he ain't credible, he ain't really doing the work, right? And that's the issue, right? And so what I'm telling people, like, go find those Jaffes of the world that are doing this work that's literally right down the street from you, that you didn't probably pass, you ain't paid no attention to, but making a huge impact, and that's where you need to start. And then if you want to do something else, or you want to find a different lane, maybe conservation and sustainability is not your lane. Maybe it's language justice, maybe it's affordable housing or transit, whatever. But it's people in this city and across the world that are doing this work on a grassroots level. They might not have world-class websites. They might not have but them are the people that's doing the work. Like, really. And they ain't got making a lot of money, But them the ones, if you want to commercialize it, pour it into them. If you got the money, that's what I would do.
I always suggest people do what they're good at.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to learn anything new.
Right. But you know, over time, your self-interest could change. You know, you might want to work on a housing, you know, in your 30s, but when you're in your 40s, maybe some change. Maybe you want to work on prison reform. Maybe your cousin just got locked up, and now you got a different lens on that. So, but it's that's okay. But it's people that's doing this work on a real community level, which I think is the most impactful level that really get things done, and that's what people need to start.
So what are your plans for the future? Where do you want to take Deep Dish Conversations?
Man, I'm trying to be a celebrity. I'm trying to be like the people I'm just talking about. Give me 100 million now. Yeah, my daddy said yeah. I'm out of here. But now, what happened to Jerome? He was talking about recycling vests. Now I'm in Aruba.
Shit, Aruba.
I'm back in Costa Rica with my coconuts. You can come holler at me there, Josh. We can do some work there. But now, so the next step for Deep Dish Conversation is making it a digital publication for Middle Tennessee, and so that way, I'm thinking about sustainability, right? I can't continue to be this powerhouse media person by myself, right? I can't keep doing it. There's only so many people I can interview, and I'm tired right now. I'm really tired. And so thinking about sustainability and thinking about Middle Tennessee and just thinking about where I'm from and like what the legacies I want to leave so it can continue to fill this void. Let's create a digital publication, right? But just focus specifically on solution-based projects and discussions. Still have the video and podcast component, but we got a lot of journalism out here that needs to be focused specifically on solution-based issues, right? All those things, they don't need to be filled with ads. It don't need to be filled with a whole bunch of just headline stuff. Nah, we're gonna get into the root of the issues. We got the scene, we got the National Post, we got all that. That's cute, that's good. It's a lot of that's great. But now it's time for Deep Dish Conversations to fill that void that we really need. That's really community centered and it's really from a person that has done the work, and not just somebody that's talking about it and has some just elaborate imagination, right? And that's connected, and I feel that's a respectable and reputable messenger when it comes to this work. And I don't got all the answers. Mm-hmm. I got blind spots, but that's why I got to bring community with me everywhere I go. And that's the next step for that. And so y'all be on the lookout for that digital publication. And we got writers, we got other people that want to do podcasts and interviews. Like, this is an opportunity for you to be able to do that and get that experience. And we're going to pay you,
And you're going to pay him.
We ain't going to pay. But with my first real deal intern, Caden, he held it down. He didn't get paid, but he was an intern. He got pizza though, but he didn't get paid. But but we're gonna need some interns too. But yeah. So that's the next step for Deep Dish Conversations, and just continue just to hopefully just people can continue to just work locally and think globally. Really, work locally and think globally.
You just answered my next question. I was going to ask you what everybody in this audience can do to go out there and to create solutions and change.
Yeah.
But you just said thank you.
Work locally, think globally is the thing that y'all should do. And then you should buy my book first, and then you should do that. And this
buy 2 copies of the book. Read one for yourself and give it to somebody you think needs one.
Give somebody, for Christmas is coming up and the one after that, birthdays, all of that good stuff. But it should and connect with these people that's in the book. And anybody that's been on the pod, these are real deal people that you can call or text or email. Like, they right here in Middle Tennessee. These ain't some people that just you don't really have close proximity. Maybe some of the judges, I ain't gonna call no names. Judges are big deals. But Khadijah, but these are real deal people that y'all can meet and y'all can really connect with. And that's the whole point. If I ain't this ain't about me. This portion right now is, but the whole thing, it's about community. It's about the voices of social change in Nashville, and what's happening here in Nashville is happening everywhere else. And so, but I see us as really the mecca when it comes to social change. So we should amplify that as much as possible. And I just want to be a part of it.
How's it feel to be an author?
Man, it ain't hit me yet. I need to look at them book sales and then I'll let you know. Now,
it'll hit you when they try to ban it.
Hold on. Where's Zach at? Shout out to Zach. Zach was my acquisition editor. Zach, we sat for 2 hours, I think, at the Red Bicycle for 2 hours, and he hit me up and said, "Man, this could be a book." And he convinced me. And I wasn't thinking about writing no. This was in 2021, right, Zach? Yeah, that's how long. So it's I wasn't thinking about writing no book. I was just doing the work.
Yeah.
That's all I'm really focused on is doing the work and trying to make an impact and bring community with me, learn and grow, and eat some pizza, man.
Okay, so what's up with the pizza?
What's up? What? It's,
No,
hey,
no,
look,
I mean, I see it over there.
Slim and
but-
Huskies is over there.
Slim and Huskies over there.
We had a little
pizza.
hiccup. Yeah.
But what's up with the pizza? Like, you love it. You love pizza that much.
I'm a pizza connoisseur, man. Don't it say it in my bio somewhere? Yeah.
So what kind of, I mean, are you down for anchovies? I'm from the East Coast. Anchovies on pizza is like 100%.
Look, I don't do no anchovies, but let's get this clear right now. Like, fruit do not belong on pizza.
No, thank you, I agree.
And so if you
Forget that pineapple.
If you a pineapple on,
Nah.
you might not even be a human being if you really.
Nah, pineapple, I'm not down for pineapple. And you know,
you like fruit on pizza?
don't put no barbecue
Who
sauce
raised
on
their
pizza.
hand? Rafia, you like fruit on? I knew you was different.
Pizza does not need barbecue sauce or anything like that.
No. I dip mine in ranch for sure.
Ranch, okay, I'm
ranch
down
on
for
pizza.
that.
But fruit, just if you don't
Nah.
even talk to me if you like.
I will say though, when I lived in New Mexico, one of my best friends.
So you gonna flick me off? Okay. All right.
One of my good homies in
Security,
New Mexico,
we need
he has a real like high class pizza spot,
Okay.
and they had like, you know, when you go to the bar and they got those really nice cherries for old fashions. They had cherries like that on a pizza, with like prosciutto and arugula. It was the bomb, I gotta say.
Man, look,
It
hey, Zara, what Papa John's got the $7.99 carry out? Nigga, hey.
Yeah, because this pizza
Hey,
costs
what
like
you say?
$27.
One time it was $7.99. That's all I need. All that fancy stuff. Papa John's $7.99. I'm every day.
Okay, so
You can't beat it. This is like they telling you basically just come get the pizza.
all right, I gotta ask you this.
Ridiculous.
Man. You just did something on Wednesday night with the
yeah.
Equity Alliance,
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
where you moderated
Yeah.
the mayoral forum.
Yeah, we got a disruptor from that form.
We have an election coming up. We got an election coming up for the mayor.
Yeah.
And there'll be more elections, and a lot of people
Yeah, too
are
many.
looking for young, brilliant,
Yeah.
talented Nashvillians
Yeah.
to run for office.
Well, let me go ahead and clear the air right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I have no ambition, no politics. I don't, that's not the lane that I'm trying to get into right now. And so if you expecting me to do that I don't think I would, nah. Cause you want me to give you a prime example on why?
Yeah, tell me.
Right?
Tell
Okay,
us all.
check this out. The Tennessee 3, right? Now, if they would have expelled me from the Senate, I would have put out a PSA to say, if y'all plan on expelling me, just know there's gonna probably be like 100 black men out front. We're gonna tear some shit up.
Like the FOI.
Like, that would have been real deal. That would have been at any moment. Like, I got it like that, Khalil. You don't know my past life.
Okay, word.
No,
Hey.
cause I'm not about to play them games. I'm not playing them games, those political games. That's not how I'm built or structured. And it's for some people. Some people like to do the political stuff and they like to do the performative and yes and no and debate and go back and forth. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? We need people to have voices and do that.
You about getting the work done.
That's just not for me.
Okay.
That's not for me, and so they can keep it, they can have it, unless it'll take some amazing in my life I had to happen for that to even be a consideration. I think my lane and my purpose and why I'm here on this universe is to do exactly what I'm doing and just get better and stronger and always be with these people that's here today and others people and build that way. Because we stronger than the politicians. Like, I think we just gotta realize that. Like, we can set shit off at any moment. We gotta really use our power in that way, because we talk about community power a lot of times, but I don't think we really use our power, or even maybe afraid of the power that we have. Right? And for real.
I hear that.
So that's something I had to deal with internally myself. Like, what's my own power? When people come up to me about this political stuff, they doing it out of a sense of like they feel like I have this power. Well, I even might be a threat to somebody else's power. And so that's something I gotta wrestle with and think about. Then I just gotta come into my own and be like, well, I know I'll talk heavy, I'll walk heavy, and I'm about all of that on any type of level, and I can do it as my true authentic self. And as long as I can do that, I can be in any space. But as soon as you get into these spaces where they want you to conform and you gotta wear your socks this way and you gotta just, those type of space, that ain't for me because I'm not doing it. But yeah, so that's my answer to that. And good luck to all the mayoral candidates in figuring that out. And watch Deep These Conversations if you want to get the real deal them and figure out who you should be voting for or who you shouldn't be voting for when it comes to the mayoral candidates.
I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
Will you sign my book?
Nah, man, you have to pay me, man. Nah. I'm gonna get real Hollywood after this, y'all. Number changing, everything. Especially, I got, man, family, man. I'm gonna just call out family right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we can set this straight. People didn't expect to sell out a book event, right? So I got cousins and stuff. Man, I didn't forgot to register. I'm talking about my cousin Roderick. It be your old people every time, man. I gotta put my foot down, man, and just let them know. Like I might be your little cousin, but I'm really big dog around here now.
Yeah.
If you ain't got no book, really, you probably should need to call me Mr. Moore at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Moore.
I'm Mr. Moore at this point. Not for everybody, even adults is older than me. If you ain't got a book, I'm Mr. Moore.
Change yourself.
Hey man.
Change the community.
And Mr.
Change
Moore.
the world.
Yeah, yep. And
Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Jerome Moore.
Appreciate y'all. We gotta do some Q&A.
I think we're going to open
do
up
some
the
Q&A.
floor to Q&A. If anyone has questions, we got a microphone that's being passed around. If you have a question, raise your hand, and the microphone will come to you, and your question will be answered.
Hey, Judge. You do not want to appear if you in her court. That's criminal court, so you didn't really messed up.
What was your favorite interview?
My favorite.
Your favorite interview?
And my favorite interview, it was yours, of course. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely yours. Definitely. Next question.
Quick. Case
You
dismissed.
got, hey, man, literally, case dismissed. Out of here.
Hey, Jerome.
Hey.
Hey. Bugs here, school board member. Are you sure that was your favorite interview?
Well, you in the book, so it's a little up one. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to ask you, when you think about what social change could spark or kind of motivate or continue to fan the flames of, what does accountability look like for the national community or those people who are in positions to actually enforce that social change?
Yeah, I think accountability is the word, especially with those that may be elected or sit on boards or whatnot. The accountability is whatever community want us to be honest with you. If we don't hold these people that's making these decisions that we don't want them to make accountable, like we just taking away our own power at the end of the day. So if we don't hold them accountable for decisions that they making or not making, and we just staying quiet about it, and we ain't really kicking up some shit, ain't nothing gonna change. Like I don't like there's literally just so much history and information that proves this. Like if we was all of us collectively, almost 100 and some of us right here now, was to go down to somebody's house and say, hey, some shit gotta change, shit'll change real quick. That's how that works. Right, that's how that works, but we all got to be on the same page and the same code when it comes to this. And I think a lot of times that's why I always ask the question, like, what does equity mean to you, or what does justice mean to you? Because a lot of times you get these collective people that screaming out these same buzzwords, but they have different meanings when it comes to certain people. And we got to get the terminology meaning the same in order to really start doing the work together. But that's my perspective. Oh man, nope. Next person. Damn.
I want to add that tomato is approved, by the way.
Security. I gave y'all his picture when I came in.
But no, I would like to know who would be your top 3 on people that motivate you to be the social change person that you are.
Yeah, 3 is difficult, but I'm gonna give you 1 for sure. And they here right now, my daddy. It's just for real. And my daddy don't know I was gonna do this. And my daddy, anybody know my daddy will snap in a minute too. He off a little bit. But I think as just having a black son now, And then understanding like my daddy had to raise 3 black sons in this country, and as a black man now, it just hit different for me, especially now understanding all the barriers, systemic, all of these things he had to face, just in order to be able to raise me the way I am to right now, right? And so like when people have these like idols and things, sometimes they athletes and stuff like that, like it's always been my daddy for me. Like it just really respecting and putting respect on our last name more. And so like it's just the top tier. Can't really get no higher than that for me when it comes to people that I look up to and respect, and just understand the importance of like a father and what that means in like a kid's life. And that's why he really put a lot of pressure on me for my son. I'm like, damn, I gotta live up to my daddy, like, cause
You will.
yeah, but that's good pressure. But it's like, man, cause you thinking about all the things that he done, that had to do in order to get you prepared for this world, and he still be trying to prepare me now, but I think I know a little bit more. I got a book, so.
But it's just like you said with the ancestors.
Yeah, with the ancestors, for real.
The things that they overcame, your father did, and you do. It's in your genetics.
And I think everything starts at home, and so I think for me to be able to look right inside the home and say that's the person for me that like the motivate especially from a black man perspective, like. That means he did an excellent, great job and instilled like really self-confidence and just my manhood and my blackness and what being a man is for me. And so, Daddy, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
That's right. Give it up. Give it up for Jerome's daddy.
Yeah. Hey, Mama, don't take that as no slight. I love you too, Mama. Let me. Yeah, then she got the next question.
I had my hand up before you made that comment.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Brene Court, and Jerome, I know you're about the community, and my question is, as being a employee of the school district, Christian Bug, I am the director of nutrition services, and so my question is, how do you think what you do can impact our school system? Because as we think about community, we have schools in the community, and that's where we really need to start and have some collaborative work.
Yeah.
So how can you partner with our school district?
Yeah, I'm be honest with you, Mama. Oh man, this is gonna be weird. So as you know, you got a black grandson, right? We know that our metro public schools are not like ideal for black boys, right? That's just systemically, historically, it's just been neglected. Right, so why would I and this goes back to the conversation me and Christian Bugs had, and she had me looking at this a little differently after our conversation, but it's like, what can we do as community to make MNPS change that to where it won't be set up for a school to prison pipeline, but actually set up for success? Stop participating in it. If 1,000 black boys withdraw from school, I bet some shit will change. Right, so that's a solution. It may not be the most comfortable solution for every family. It's a sacrifice, but what else are we gonna have to do and take when it comes to these decisions and making this social change? And I think like we have to understand like this shit ain't gonna be comfortable. It ain't gonna be sweet to really make these changes, but if we really wanna make them, we gotta stop participating in the system that perpetuates the harm that we going through. Yep. And so, Mama, I wouldn't send my son to. I would until some shit changed, but that's just a real solution-based thing, and I come from public schools, you know what I'm saying, here in Nashville, Tennessee, and so it's like I could easily been somewhere else or doing something else, but like I know at the same time that it might not have been set up for me to succeed in a lot of situations, and so we got to do something about that. You got a part who? Jaffe, my dog. Oh man.
What's up, God?
What's up, Allah?
Man, all is well, man. Good to see you up there, bro.
Oh man, it's good to see you. It's good. Come on up here with me. Come on, man. Come on, you're welcome.
No. Today it's all about you. Much love, much peace, love. But you were speaking a little bit about cliques and community, right?
Yeah, that's a T-shirt too. Somebody need to put that on a T-shirt.
How do we make social change sustainable, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talk about cliques and we talk about community. So how do we make social change sustainable when social change sustainable by eradicating those cliques, those silos, and really building community and sharing opportunities, and as well as sharing information and access to different spaces.
Yeah, building with like-minded people that care about community. Like the cliques will always be cliques. If that's their mindset, they gonna always want to do what they do, right? But if we got like-minded people that really care about community and really understand we trying to build something together, like that's who you work with. You can't be working. You can't worry about what people ain't doing. You know, you gotta be worried about Joffrey trying to build. I'm trying to build. Let's get together. Oh, we know Big Fella trying to build. Let's get the Khalil trying to build. Let's do LT trying to build. Let's build. And then the cliques will realize like, ah, shit, like, man, we might need to figure something else. You know, I think that's how we make it sustainable. As long as we keep doing what we're doing, it's gonna sustain. Because I don't think you ever get away from that. That really, I think, is a minority. They just loud, right? It's just a loud minority of just goofy shit, right? And so I just think we just gotta keep doing what you're doing and keep doing what you're doing. And as long as me and you building, that's sustainable. Because we gonna pass that on, and that's gonna be grounded in the next generation and saying, oh, this is how they did it, and then it'll show success. You know what I'm saying? It'll be successful. You'll get rid of food insecurities. You get rid of food deserts. You'll have I'm naming everything he does. You have community gardens. You'll have all those things, right? And so, man, I love you, man, and I just appreciate everything you do, man. Black man to black man, that's a fact. So everybody just tap in with Joffrey if you ain't already tapped into him. I'm talking about a person that like if I had to rank he's at the top for me. Personally, we go back to like 2017, something like that. And you might have just been, you know what I'm saying, just came back home. Like, I ain't gonna get all your business like that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but.
All right, we're gonna do one or two more questions, is that okay?
Yeah, I ain't getting in no rush.
Hey, Jerome.
Hey, Ellis, what's going on?
So, you know, I work in the nonprofit and early literacy space here in Nashville. We are home to how many nonprofits? 3,000 plus now? How are we gonna create this social change that we're talking about through these nonprofits when we know that they are deeply systemically flawed here in Nashville, and that they're not safe places for people of color? So how do we continue to do that disruption of the social change when that is such a big pocket of what we do here?
Yeah, well, Mama Donna at? Was she still here? Entrepreneur Center, I chamber, everything, right? So you gonna have to find some white allies. That's just what, like, when it comes, like, in this, I just gave you one, right? I just gave you a oop right there. Because, like, this is Nashville. This is a majority white city. It's the system. It's hard to beat the system. The system, damn near undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a weird.
It's just a weird, but the thing is like we gotta just think positive. Like, I think we talked about, like, I'm just an optimistic, positive, that I really don't care about the negative stuff. That's just gonna be there, and we gotta do it in spite of. And that's our history, specifically as black people, in spite of, right? And so I think that's how I take every approach of, we know, like, the system, but as long as we can as long as we know it's a system and it's not like an individual person. Because sometimes that can also be confusing, like, oh, just because he or she may be white, or not a person of color, like, they not automatically like the opposition. You know what I'm saying? It's like a system. We know there's black people that's a part of systems that's perpetuate harm against black people. They can get the same work. They need to be called out on that too. And so that's just my thought on it. You gotta build the allies that's in these systems that understand, like, yeah, these things are not equitable, but I got you though. And be able to use that to build and then connect with other people. And that's what I've been able to do. And Mama D was one of them people that 21, 22, I'm at the chamber looking real fresh and new, like, what's going on? And she was able to help and guide me to some other things.
I will add this.
Yeah.
Living in Los Angeles, California for a while, and Albuquerque, New Mexico, the nonprofit system out there are equally fucked up. And I believe that we have come to rely upon nonprofits as some sort of savior, but at the end of the day, it's a non-for-profit business. That word at the end still comes in. And so it's time to kind of use these systems for what we can use them for, but evolve and create new systems, create new avenues of individual community networks that extend and exist outside of those to fill the holes and the gaps and the problems that we have. And that's a national phenomenon, I think. Well, global. You look at how fucked up the Red Cross is. All right.
We've got one more question, and then...
He got me loose up here. I love this. I can't say this on the show. This is great.
If you do want to have your book
deep dish conversations. Man.
You up here, and Jerome will stay seated, and you can just hand him, and you'll have a little sticky note with your name. Do not attempt to step on the stage, everybody. Just reach out for
You'll sign mine first.
You up here. All right.
I got a pen.
You got a pen? You got one of them Sharpies? You got one of them author Sharpies?
I got something. Oh, my dog T. What's going on, man? What's up, brother?
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank
first
you.
And foremost, I'm just happy to be here with you and celebrate this with you, man. I'm proud of you. I love you, and it's good to see you in this space at this moment.
I look good on him. Yeah, I'm flying. Shit, I'm just different up here when you name it. Nah.
So my question, speaking on systematic, you were just talking about how things are systematic. It's not necessarily black and white on an individual level, it's the system. So with it being election season right now, or coming up, how important do you think it is for black people to create a system of group voting, meaning creating a platform that black people say, this is what, instead of, right now we individualize our vote. You know what I'm saying? We got Democrat, Republican, most black people are all Democrat, but there's no platform to say, doesn't matter if we're Democrat or Republican, this is what we want as a group of people, and this is what's gonna help us systematically. How important do you think that is?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a couple of shout outs right there, because there's some people that as far as mayoral candidates, I think Stephanie Johnson is here. It's right behind. I'm trying to give you a oop too. You know what I'm saying? She actually has a black agenda on her website, right? And so like so she has a black agenda on her website. You have organizations like Gideon's Army or Black National Assembly that have black political power moving organizations that focus specifically on black politics, right? But like we gotta understand like voting, right? Voting is about resources, right? And if you go back to when we was able to allow permitted to vote, like much hasn't changed for the black group collectively. We talking about housing, talking about more incarceration, education has went up, but we ain't really made no more money. We don't own no more land. So like, that's what I like to focus on when you're talking about voting, talking about social and economic tangibles, right? And what can be done exclusively for black people, like reparations, right? And that's something like every candidate should be speaking on something like that, in my opinion. Because if we can exclusively be harmed in a particular way, we need to exclusively be remedied in an exclusive way. That's me though. That's my perspective. Yeah, and so we had to figure out a code and stick to it and identify organizations that are building black political plans. But it's tough, man, because it takes money too. So it's like, do you build the economics first and then pour the economics to the politics? Because we know that's what it's about. Usually who wins these elections a lot of times is who got the most money. And so we gotta look at it from all these strategic ways and figure out like which one is really the best approach. And a lot of times in these things, we know it's always the minority to start off doing these things and then the majority kind of hop on. But there's some organizations out here that have started that talking, but a lot of them, don't really have that economic power to create that political power and influence. And that's what it comes down to. That's just from my experience and understanding politics and understanding like kind of economics. Did I answer your question, T?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Jerome Moore, everyone.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
My man.
This is Nashville plus deep dish. This was amazing, man.